If you're on a break, is it okay to hook up with somebody else? And if you do, is it that person's business?
You're watching. You are watching.
You are watching.
You are watching.
You are watching.
You are watching.
You are watching. You're watching Let's Talk Relations.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Ericson Presents Let's Talk Relations, episode 7. As always, before we get started, make sure you're subscribed up and your bell notifications up. And if you find this episode of value, please give it a thumbs up. So for this age-old question, if you're not committed, are you still committed? We're talking about that gray area where you're not in a relationship still, but are you actually all the way broken up? You get into an argument, you get into a fight, you storm out, you break up, I'm done, I don't want to do this anymore, and you go your separate ways. And then a week later, you start missing each other, somebody sends a text message, and then next thing you know, you're back together. But you guys were broken up, or on break, or whatever you want to call it, for an entire week. If you're on a break, is it okay to hook up with somebody else? And if you do, is it that person's business? If this is the first episode that you've seen, then you got 6 more to go get caught up on. So I'll leave the playlist in the description to make it simple enough for you. Well, it's about that time. Let's get into the episode. Episode 7, Let's Talk Relations. Let's go.
No, it isn't, because that's what a break is that you're having. Just because you have a break don't mean that now you have to be celibate. No, that doesn't mean that. If you could date, you could do whatever you want. You're not hooked up, you're not attached to them, so you don't have any commitments.
Ooh, what kind of a break, though?
I don't think there's certain specific breaks.
Oh, I mean, if you're taking a week off just because you've seen each other a little too much and you're calling that a break, and then the next week when you get together, you're like, oh, hey, you know what? I just banged so-and-so. It's like, oh, shit, this is over.
No. That's why we're on a break, right? I mean, you know, I'm the type of person is if we're not doing something and you're gonna, I kind of expect you're gonna do what you're gonna do and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. And, if we decide to get back together, we probably both did some stuff we, single people stuff. We on a break. Yeah.
I don't think you should hook up when you're on a break. I think the break is for you to be by yourself and figure out yourself. It's not for you to go date a bunch of people or have sex with a bunch of people, because if that's the case, then you need to break up. You need to close that chapter and go out and do you. I don't think you should have somebody over here hanging in the background.
I mean, for me, yeah, it's okay. Do I want that other person to know it? No, because it's just going to get fucking put back in your face. But for like me personally, if I'm on a break, that means I'm not with that person at that moment. You know what I mean? Like, I need a break mentally, emotionally, physically, you know what I mean, from that situation.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we have to say it for the camera, and you have to put this on your episode. Are we rolling? Oh, we're super rolling. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We were on a break. Okay. If you are on a break, well, it depends. So there's broken up and there's on a break. And I'm kind of with Ross here. Well, no, I'm not with Ross. I'm with Rachel. Sorry. If you're on a break, you need to define what that means. If you're broken up and then you get back together, then you weren't on a break, you were broken up. Right. If you're on a break, trying to see if eventually you can make things work, then I think that is a discussion that you both need to have if you're going to see other people.
Keep it a secret. It's never going to go right. It's never going to go right. Keep it a secret and act like you was crying the whole time, because it tells me that you're wishy-washy, period, right? It's like, if you love me like you say you love me and we're together and all this stuff, if we break up, we have a glitch, you shouldn't be jumping to the next ship. That usually takes a process, for you to meet somebody, you like them, and you sleep with them.
It is their business, just because, again, I'm all about honesty. And that's a safety issue for you, too. I think it depends on the rules of the break. Like, I genuinely think that should be a discussion when you decide to be on a break. Like, can I smash? Can I not smash? Because, like, you know, like, if you just assume you're all both on the same page, that's going to end up with one of y'all getting hurt, potentially, especially depending on how long the break is, you know? Like, can't expect a person to go hungry for like a month or something like that. Like, that's just not cool.
A break, a split up, you're not together. So you're talking a moment in time, and in that moment in time, whatever happened. I wouldn't ask the guy, did you do anything while we were split? You're looking for a problem.
If you're on a break, I mean, I don't even know what a break is. You either together or you ain't together. So if you're not together and the situation is really over, not like we got into an argument, I don't want to be with you, and you leave for a day or two. That's not. But you leave for a day or two, but your stuff is still there at the house. Man, y'all still together.
I don't believe in breaks. I feel that's like young couple shit. Breaks. Nah, you stuck with me and I stuck with you. There's no breaks. Like, okay, this is you telling me, oh, we need a break from each other. No, fuck that shit. Bye. Now, if it's a situation, I don't. It depends what you consider a break too. Like, that would be like, oh, this is a break. I need some time to. I don't know. Again, I don't believe in breaks. So no. That's not an option. You shouldn't be fucking with nobody else.
Yeah, fuck that. If we break, we broke it up. Like, y'all don't give a shit.
If we break now,
Listen,
it's a breakup. Like,
if we break,
no break.
we break, like, okay, it's over. But yeah, you know in your heart, you thinking about, like, maybe I shouldn't have did that too soon. Shit, you got about the time before I leave, before something else is happening. Because the minute you leave, who the fuck can I line up? Because I'm out.
It's hard for me to separate my career from this question because it's like the big cause of a lot of relationship problems. But I believe the least amount of risk to your relationship if you're on a break is to not hook up with anybody, only because this exact question is going to come up, and trying to like get back together gets really complicated because that's always going to be there.
So no, it's not wrong.
Why the hell would you let him know?
You only have to tell
If y'all
them
got
if they
back
ask.
together?
Right.
It's not their business
hell.
if you're not together.
Right.
Figure, we not together. We're not together. But we together, we break up. What do they say? The best way to get over one is to get under the other.
That's old school right there.
Well, I guess to me that falls under, again, like how into that other person you are and how much they mean to you. I mean, if you're really into the other person and, you know, they want to take a break, there'd be no need, you know, to talk to anybody else or, you know, find anybody else. If you would want to work on, you know, your guys' stuff and whatever issue you have. I mean, you're taking a break for a reason, but you're trying to fix things and solve things.
Hell no, it ain't wrong. It ain't that person's business. If you feel guilty or hard, you can tell that person. But if you don't feel guilty, hell no, it ain't none of their business. Keep that shit pushing and tushing.
Man, if you're on a break, you're on a break. Evidently, you're on a break for a reason. People just don't go on breaks just to be going on breaks. This is not high school. This is not winter break. This is not spring break. You're on a break because, therefore, I can't operate with you at this moment. Therefore, you're not pleasing my needs break. Therefore, you're getting on my fucking nerves break. Therefore, yep, I'm about to fuck somebody else break. No, I don't have to tell your ass. And if you ask me, I just might lie. Due to the fact we might get back together, and I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Now we gonna get back together. I ain't telling you the truth. No, we ain't gonna get back together, bitch. You can have all the details. Other than that, no, I ain't telling you shit.
What's a break?
That's a breakup. A break is a breakup. So we break, we up, we gone, we're done.
We don't
so
do we're cancers, we don't do breakups.
We don't do breakups.
Nah.
Oh, you don't want to talk to me anymore? Okay, cool. Is it final answer? Final answer. Oh, okay, cool. All right. I'm on to the next. That's it.
That's it.
And no, and I won't tell you what I'm doing. You don't tell your left hand what your right hand is doing. So no, I will not tell you who and when and why and where and how. Because the breakup is real. That's how it is. We're not doing
I don't do breaks.
What is a break? That's a breakup. Oh, I want a break. From what? Our relationship? That's
a break is an excuse to go mess with somebody else.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not doing a break. We don't need time apart. Like, we either need time to fix this shit or we need to
if you
be
can't work,
separated for good. Like, I don't do break.
I agree with that, but also, how do you know it's a break? You know, you guys break up, you don't know if you're getting back together. And you have to explore and see if you want to get back with that person. Because if you date somebody else and you feel more connected with that person, then there is no getting back. So I think it's vital that if you do break, you have to explore different avenues.
If it's a break, like a timeout, I don't think you should go venture out.
I think a lot of it has to do with how strong is your relationship, too.
Right, because if it's strong, there shouldn't be a break.
If you're 2 months into a dating relationship and you've just seen a lot of each other and there needs to be a break of a couple of weeks, you know, it probably isn't a big deal if you, go hook up. But, you know, I don't know, everybody feels a little different about that.
That's true.
Either side's probably not going to say, hey, you know what I did on the split? I was with a guy. No. So it's undercover wraps. And when they do talk, one will bring it up. Okay? It's usually the chick. She'll be all, when we were apart, like, were you with anybody? I mean, it's okay. We were split up. Don't fucking answer. You answer, you're done.
That's what I'm saying.
New
The thing
school.
is, once again, as long as you're respectable, right, and considerate, as long as I'm not putting you in any emotional or physical jeopardy, like having unprotected sex or whatever, it's not your business. What I do on my time is my business. We're not together, it's not your business what I do. And when we rekindle, if you ask me, I gotta tell the truth. So,
I agree with that.
If you guys have decided to go your separate ways, then I mean, you're able to do whatever you want to do. I think that you should be honest about it. I mean, if you hooked up with someone else, you should tell somebody that you hooked up with someone else. I mean, there's too much stuff going around these days for you not to tell nobody what's going on and this and that. You might as well tell somebody, this is what I did, so that person can make the decision on whether they want to be with you after that or not. And if they don't want to, then you let them go on about their way, and they should give you the same courtesy.
I've had a situation with my ex. We were on a break. Now, before we messed around, I did let her know, yo, you know, I know how you are, because that's just how I am. I know how you are. I just want to let you know, while we were on a break, I have messed with somebody else. Then it was like, okay, well, blah, 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 blah. That's fine. And then, you know, we went to our business and did our thing. It wasn't until afterwards I thought about it like, wait a minute, you took that information a little too cool. So what the fuck were you doing? And then that's when it came out what she was doing.
If you can't work it out without telling someone you have a break, then you don't need to be with that person. You need to just keep it pushing. There's no reason why you're in a relationship with someone and you say, I need a break from you. What's the point of being in a relationship? A relationship is to go to marriage, kids, and all that. If you're gonna go on a break with that person, then there's no reason for you to even think about those things with that person.
I mean, if you don't feel anything towards them, and you know the break means nothing to you, and you want to go mess around, then obviously, you know, to me that means that you weren't really into that person, and you know they don't mean that much to you for you to go basically find somebody else. And to me, I would probably end it, or you know, if they did that to me, I would end it.
If you're on a break, usually that means that you're in love with a person. You know, you're trying to like take some space. You want to work things out. I feel like if you're truly in love with that person and you want to be with that person, you're not going to sleep with someone else, like plain and simple. Even if you're broken up and it didn't go your way and you wanted to be with that person, I guess it depends on your perspective. If you still wanted to be with that person, then you wouldn't sleep with anyone else. If you were really done, then, I mean, does it really matter? I mean, you're done anyway, right?
No. As somebody who dates with, breaks up with, and then gets back together with people, I don't always know at the breakup that we're gonna get back together. If that makes any sense. So I guess at a breakup, like if we're breaking up, then I'm like, okay, I'm single, I can date other people, I can do whatever I want. And then, 5 months down the road, we reconnect and we get back together. What I did on my own time is not consequential to where we are now and how we're moving forward.